Whichever of our Riggas With Altitude movies is your favorite, we can all agree I've never said something more carefully in my entire life. Corey, drop that beat. Welcome to More Gooder Than.
What's up, home tree?
What? Marty is stupid.
Boom.
Marty, you moron.
Have a good time. I actually very
1,000 years. Anyways.
get off on tangents. This is
Consider that a divorce.
Welcome back to More Gooder Than, where we rate and dissect pop culture one episode at a time. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Brayton. I'm joined by my co-host, Corey Sasso.
What it is, players.
What it is. And Donnie the Descent Car.
Hey.
So funny. For those of you joining us for the first time here at MGT, Corey, Donnie, and I each take sides on a predetermined movie trio and try and sway the world to agree with our opinions on which one is most goodest. And today we have more chalky hands, cold weather gear, heavy breathing, and just expensive everything that you can shake a flyer for North Face at. Today we are joined by Jason Mulligan, who you heard an incredible epic story of triumph and not failure to remember to bring cold weather gear, but anyway, you survived.
Just a lesson learned.
Yeah. But we're joined by Jason from Range Outdoors, our new sponsor. They provide a wide range of outdoor equipment. And
I see what you did there.
Yeah. And so we brought him into the bunker again to discuss Cliffhanger and Vertical Limit. Never have we paired something more perfectly.
Yeah.
Two of the most realistic climbing movies ever filmed.
These might as well have just been documentaries.
Documentaries, right? Yeah, exactly. So we're here for a team battle for the ages. So which of us has which movie? Find out with us while we just discover it in this quarter. Okay. So Jason, out of the two, which was your favorite one?
Well, I'm going to be a little biased because I'm a Stallone fan. So,
So Cliffhanger?
Cliffhanger is probably
that was my favorite.
Even though
yeah, I know.
these two movies were fantastic.
I can do Vertical Limit though. Do you want to do Cliffhanger?
Here's the thing. Yeah. We have been toying with what we're doing with Objectively Gooder since we don't do the Twitter polls anymore, right? Well, I guess we kind of do. But
yes, we do. We always do the Twitter polls.
But we're not picking a winner. Why do we have to separate? Why don't we always pick?
Because that's the whole thing.
That's the format of the
That's
show.
the format of the show, Corey.
Anyway, we're changing things.
I'm Team Vertical Limit.
Okay,
I'll be Team Vertical Limit too.
Right.
I love both of these movies equally. Yeah. I just haven't seen Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger is my favorite. Yeah.
So
Cliffhanger was a little
all right. So hey, Donnie,
ridiculous.
Team Vertical Limit, buddy.
All right,
making the V. There you go. Upside down V. So sit back, relax, stab yourself with some decks, burn all your $1,000 bills to survive the polar vortex, and let us show you the goods.
It's good.
So there's got to be a Rocky joke in here somewhere in this quickie with Big D.
There's not.
Dang it.
Cliffhanger. Stallone faces his two greatest challenges yet: an effete English John Lithgow and the uphill task of teaching Michael Rooker to love again.
Okay. He's not English. He has that transatlantic accent.
Is he like educated nor'easter?
No, but he does. But in this, he's supposed to be like international. He's not an American.
So they give him the transatlanlic.
He's British.
Kappa.
But he's got like that world influence. So he's got like a little bit of every accent mixed in there.
Well,
how great was his performance though? Like it was so good. This is almost like the Frank Langella thing. Like he gets to kind of like, okay, you're a really evil bad guy. I'm going 110%.
Yeah, Walker. See, we're gonna fight you for those $1,000 bills. I'm nailing it right there.
I thought it was in the studio.
What did you think, Jason?
I thought it was a great movie. I loved it. I'm a Stallone fan, so
he's second only to Schwarzenegger, right?
Yeah, no, I like Stallone. I think
for our childhood, like 80s and early 90s. Yeah,
I don't know what it is. My wife makes fun of me about it, but
why?
I like Stallone movies. I don't know.
She crazy? Did she watch this with you?
No,
You watched this solo?
Yeah.
Like
I watched it at a buddy of mine's house last night. Yeah, we were in the hot tub. So watching it.
Really?
Yeah, serious. It was raining on
nice
it.
and warm.
That sounds lovely.
Watching these people freeze to
It was
death.
nice. I think we fried his TV though because it got a little rain on it. Hopefully not.
I gotta change the way I prepare for this podcast.
I know. I'm slumming it.
We've been doing
That's
it
the
wrong
right
this
way to do
entire
it.
time.
You gotta all three of us get together in a hot tub with a little brosé and watch ourselves some Stallone.
The opening scene to Cliffhanger.
Oh my gosh, it
Yes.
was amazing.
This is like sort of like a cultural touchdown for my brother and I, just as kids. Like anytime,
Oh, it's
it
one
was
of the
like,
nonchalas?
anytime we were playing like The Floor is Lava or something like that, it was
Yeah.
always like, "You're not gonna die, grab my hand." You know, it's one of those. So I just had a grin on my face the whole time.
Oh my
And the other thing
gosh.
that we used to laugh hysterically at is the old man. What's his name?
Frank?
Frank. Yes.
Yeah.
When he's going out on the
Yeah.
line to grab the girl because her thing is breaking.
Yeah.
The old man.
Oh, wait.
The very opening scene.
No. Who you're making? Which old? The old?
Sorry. Yes. So Stallone is going out on
Okay,
the line
okay,
to
sorry.
save the girl.
Right.
And their helicopter's landed. They've got this like cable that the old man's holding on to. He has a smile on his face the entire time.
I'm getting off on this.
He's just
this is my
smiling so
jam.
wide. And we just thought that was the funniest thing when we were kids, that he was smiling in a situation like this. It's so heavy.
You know
like
what cracked me up about the opening scene of this was the teddy bear. Did you guys see the teddy bear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, why did she have a teddy bear?
It's for good luck,
Not
man.
only did she have a teddy, when she drops it, she's like, no.
that had the ashes
I
of
was
my
like,
children in it.
Why
That
did
was
he take her
foreshadowing
up there? He should not have taken her up there if she had a teddy bear.
I
with
think
her.
it was
Yeah.
to create like she was like this character
Like
that was
an
like very
innocent-
innocent
right, yeah.
and it's sort of inexperienced.
He wanted
and
to join
young.
the
She
multiple.
shouldn't have been up there. Is the thing.
Join
Yeah.
the
Yeah, that's- I think
multiple
that's what
mile
they were
high
trying
club.
to-
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
that
just
is-
some dirty like
Yeah.
that wants to hook up with this.
That
young
was
girl.
totally on Yondu. Like,
Yeah, come on, Yondu.
shouldn't have had her up there.
How great is Michael Rooker, though, right?
Michael
His
Rooker is
voice is so weird and awesome at the same time.
So I thought in this movie that he was going to be the villain because as soon as she
He's a
fell,
good
he
bad
just
guy.
had this like
Yeah.
look on his face where I was
Yeah.
like, oh, he's the bad guy for sure.
Had you not seen this before?
You know, I thought that I had.
Me
but-
too. Me too.
But
I know.
and
I'm
that's probably
serious. I
why-
thought I'd
hashtag
watched
me
it
too.
too.
and
Hashtag
that's
me too.
probably why I've never watched it. Is probably because I just thought I had watched it, but
really?
Yeah.
like I never had. I would
Yeah, you said
surprise
you're
me.
not a movies guy.
So you
like,
grew up
in
yeah,
Bakersfield,
kinda
right?
thought, yeah.
Oh no,
You're not from Bakersfield?
Nebraska.
no. Yeah, I grew up in a little town, Fremont,
Pay
Nebraska.
attention, Chris.
I thought I really thought I was. Yeah.
Well, I
Congratulations, Sonny. For the first time ever, you paid attention a little bit more than I did. Congratulations.
you know, I lived in a bunch of small towns in Kansas.
But
and Nebraska.
I saw this at the Crest Drive-In now that I remember it.
Oh, yeah?
And it was at the time, remember they'd show the kid movie first and they'd show the parent movie
was the
afterwards.
parent movie.
And then you would go to sleep in the back of the car
Yeah.
and mom and dad could watch the rated R movie. I must have just seen the opening scene.
Yeah, it traumatized you.
Yeah.
And no, I didn't I mean,
Watching it now as an adult, it traumatized me.
Oh, I was
I was
incensed.
having a hard time. Like, I was very uncomfortable.
okay, so here's the thing. So he watched somebody die and it was his job to save that person. So one time,
It wasn't just he watched.
Yeah,
like they
he-
literally slipped
yes.
through his
Yeah,
fingers.
so
Yeah,
that, I don't know if
everything he had. Trying to
She
hold on.
came out of her glove.
oh my God.
That's awful. That's awful.
When she was reaching for the grail.
Yeah, I'd never seen either of these movies
Oh, really?
before. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't-
that's just like an awful feeling to like have somebody in your hand.
You
and,
know
like,
from
mentally-
from personal experience.
No, I'm just saying that like to know that like you have to muster all of your strength to pull her back up, and you can't do it because you're slipping. I've had like a lost grip on something that I wanted to preserve. You know what I mean? But that slipping
Like
feeling,
your
first-
favorite
no matter
cup.
how
Your
strong
first-
you grip, it slips through your fingers. If you
cup.
want.
And it's like you knew that she wasn't strong enough to like, even though that he like grabbed her and
Yeah,
was
he
holding
needed
on,
her to
he
calm
wasn't.
down.
She wasn't strong enough
Well,
to
well, she-
lift herself up to grab onto him.
But so
And she's panicking. That's the thing.
And
Like,
she's
the one
panicking,
thing
yeah.
I'm trying to teach my boys all the time is just like
panic.
the worst thing you
Yeah.
can do is panic. Just relax and solve your problem. You know
I'm
what I mean?
assuming she landed on that teddy bear and is okay.
oh, it's totally fine. So he takes 8 months, right, to come back, kind of
Yeah.
get over it.
No, he's still not over it.
I'm just saying, no, he kind of it takes him 8
Just
months
to muster the strength to come back and get his stuff and get back out.
So one time when I was buying movie tickets, the cashier said, "Enjoy your movie," and I said, "Thanks, you too."
Yeah.
And like, I still think about that. I still like, sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, you said you too.
I can never live this
I
down.
can never live this down. Like, what is wrong with you? I still sometimes don't get over that. They expect him to get over this so much faster.
They certainly did. Yeah.
And it's just like, no, like, and I get it, like they're mourning too and everything, but like, it's just like,
If that's your job, though, you should be a steelier person, and that's something that you're going to have to deal with. Like, not everybody's going to be doing that job and having to overcome that. He's probably seen people die before on this job, right?
yeah. I
just think that trying to hold on.
8 months is generous.
But it wasn't a stranger. It was somebody who they had dinner plans that
Okay,
night.
why did they kiss?
Why did they kiss?
That's-
if April came up, gave me a kiss on the lips in front of you,
You see this stuff on TV a lot.
we would no longer be friends.
People are they're so secure in their relationships and they're so comfortable with each other that they can flirt with each other as like girlfriends, wives, and kiss and do all this stuff, and it's like still comfortable. But that's not the real world. Nobody lives in that world.
Too bad they weren't as secure on that line as they were in their relationship.
Yes, that was perfect.
Donnie,
nailed it.
Always bringing it home.
No, but like I'm so glad you pointed that out too. Like we are still in the first 2 minutes of this movie, but like straight up kisses him on the lips. It's like, hey, you guys see that? Like that would be so weird if Elise came up and just like, hey, Donnie. Mwah.
It took me a minute to figure out. It took me a minute to figure out who is with who in this movie at first.
Yeah.
Well, he's married. He's wearing a wedding ring, so he is married to Northern Exposure.
Yeah.
So she's adorable, by the way. She really is. I love a girl with short hair, though. I do. I think it's great.
It's well known your love of the boy cat. What else?
Why'd you got to make it weird?
I was trying to fill some silence. It was getting awkward.
But then it got more silent.
So the heist seems like that could have been done better.
I was fully convinced that
planned it better, huh?
the FBI agent was going to be the one.
Oh yeah, me too.
That was going to be exactly. So that was a nice little switch. This is Rennie Harlan, and Rennie Harlan. We've done how many Rennie Harlan movies have we done on this?
I don't know who Rennie Harlan is. So.
He directed Cutthroat Island.
Cutthroat Island. He did
something else.
So yeah, I talked about that like
he did
just two months ago.
No,
and
Cutthroat Island. He did Long Kiss Goodnight.
Oh, right.
We've done other stuff by him.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was a pretty cool heist. It's those
super
kinds
cool
of heists
heist.
that like I'm actually bummed that they don't pull it off. Like I would have just liked to, like,
oh, you could have
they get
totally
the
got
the
that.
plane, they take
thought it
off,
was
and like
cool.
that's the end of the movie. Like that was rad heist.
I mean,
I thought it was
I
cool
love
too.
heists. So.
At that point, rather than connect them with cables and slide the cases down, wouldn't it have been easier to just take the plane and land it at some undisclosed location and just load up your plane and then leave?
I think they were gonna wanted crash it, weren't they?
They wanted to make sure that the plane crashed.
okay.
Yeah, they wanted to make
the
it.
idea was that no one would ever know there even was a heist. So
Yeah.
that way there was no tracers out on that money. Because
that makes
so
sense.
it needed to all be secret. Yeah.
I did love
I'll
like
buy it.
the multinational team that they had. It was the mom from Hook. It was Moira.
Oh, it was.
Moira Angela Darling.
Dude, I haven't seen Hook in a while. Then I don't.
Yeah. So Crystal.
Oh yeah. You're
Yeah,
right.
Crystal. It's the
Yeah,
mom
yeah,
from.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
yeah,
mom
yeah.
from Hook.
When he killed her, though, like that was just
You know
like
what real?
because she like you could tell like she genuinely like admired him
What love
and
is?
she loved
Crystal?
him and he just like threw her under the bus instantly
Sacrifice. It was so.
and it served zero purpose.
No, it was a smart play because she was a pilot.
He could have killed. He could have killed Quaylen.
But
What
the
a
whole
weird
scene, if
name.
you look at so Quaylen wanted to see the map viewfinder or whatever, right? He's like, give it to me, and the treasury guy was like, no, I'm the only one who can.
There's 50,000 permutations on a 15-second rotating cycle, Corey.
And so then he forced him to slide it over. Then he kills his girlfriend and then slides the viewfinder back over to the treasury guy. I was like, none of that made sense. He just wanted to like make a point that he's just crazy.
Yeah, I think that was it too.
No, Donnie's right though. Is that like that they needed each other to get out
That
of
was
there?
the point he was trying to make, but some of the mechanics of his point.
Oh, you're saying the crazy psychopath might not have.
didn't make perfect
Yeah,
sense.
you're right.
Something perfectly logically. Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
Okay, the other thing I had a problem with this, I want to start by saying I enjoyed the hell out of this movie.
Before you go any farther, 'cause we
Okay.
were talking about the heist, and you brought it up earlier off air, but this movie did set a Guinness Book of World Records
Yeah.
for the most expensive aerial
No way.
stunt.
Yeah. So
Wow,
that
that's
stunt
cool.
cost they paid that guy $1 million to do the plane.
A real stuntman did that. He slid from
plane-
one
yeah.
plane to the next.
That's
Never
cool.
been done.
Oh, yeah. Would you do that, Jason?
I think I'd probably do. Yeah.
You would for $1 million
Probably.
bucks. God, yeah, we talked about this before. Like,
Yeah.
what would you do for money? And it's like for $1 million bucks, if I had experts on site that could like rig me up properly,
Yeah.
I think I'd do it. Yeah,
I mean, as long as John Lithgow was not at the other end of it,
I think I'd probably just
or the
do
Cool
it.
Runnings guy. The guy from Cool Runnings.
You keep your $1 million. I just want to try it.
I think it'd be fun.
I'm not a boring person, but I'm not a thrill seeker.
Yeah.
That's not like
I used to be a lot when I was younger, but once you have kids, it changes your life.
But even when I was
for me.
even when I was a teenager, I did sports and I did my thing. Like jumping off of things was never my jam.
Yeah.
So
when I was a teenager, I was dead set I was gonna skydive when I was 18. I still haven't accomplished
you haven't
that
done
yet.
it?
No.
Gosh, I really thought you did. Both my brothers have,
Really?
and they're insane people.
Yeah.
Have you skydove?
No. Never
Donnie
jumped out of a
Donnie's an
perfectly
avid
good airplane.
skydover.
Oh, yeah. That's how I got here.
Yeah. Parachute.
He only travels by parachute.
Where did you come from? You have to spend a fortune on plane fees.
I had Chris when they installed this house here. I had Chris put a giant X on the roof so I'd have a target point.
That's it.
Oh man.
So speaking of stunts,
The base jumping kids.
Yeah.
the base jumping thing.
I was glad when they got
It was
shot.
Yabo.
And then the next shot is they're
Yeah.
like 10,000 feet in the air, like obviously like skydivers. Like
Yeah.
it didn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, from Rad.
From Rad. It was
From Rad.
Yabo from
Yeah,
Rad.
he seemed familiar. Huh?
Yeah. So Rad is this was it?
80s.
No, it was Gleaming the Cube. It was Gleaming the Cube. He was Gleaming the Cube.
Right.
Have you seen like Rad or Gleaming the Cube?
I think I've seen Rad before. I think I
Okay.
listened. You guys did an episode on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I think I listened to that episode too.
Anyway, so every so often we'll just see actors and stuff from, but that guy, they were so like not necessary whatsoever.
Yeah, their storyline did not matter at all.
That Hollywood thinks like extreme outdoorsmen all talk like stupid California surfers.
Yeah.
Like that's not the case,
No, that's
correct?
not- no,
Okay.
that's not the
and why
case.
would you have like,
I mean, there
like
are there,
surfers
but
up on a mountain? It didn't
Yeah.
make a whole lot of sense. Yeah.
So
What's funny is they're paralleling Vertical Limit with
there's
the
the two brothers.
with the Bench Brothers.
Yeah.
These two movies come out like pretty close to
93 and 2000,
that's
7
okay.
years
I
apart.
didn't look up the years, but
I actually did read that like Vertical Limit was originally supposed to be a sequel to Cliffhanger.
No way.
Yes, which again pairs
Oh,
the movies
wow.
perfectly
Oh,
together.
I love
But they
it.
ended up retooling it and making it completely separate. But
Wanted to put out, these movies are not good at all. But
I disagree. I
no,
enjoyed them.
but like they are wildly entertaining.
yeah, they're very
Start to
entertaining.
finish, I enjoyed every second of
I
these
did
movies.
clap when the surfer got shot in the back.
Oh man.
Like their whole introduction when they're driving on the street and like they're having a full-on conversation while picking up both lanes on this road, never looking forward.
Yeah.
They're both just looking at each other the whole time for like 90 seconds. Like so
all
many people
good.
got driven
all
off
good.
the road, you know?
Oh, there's a moose at some point that's gonna just like I don't know. They have Mises in
Where did this take place?
Colorado.
It's Colorado,
okay.
Yeah, they're in the
In
Rockies.
the Rockies, that's right.
Because remember, he goes to work at Denver. Hey, Donnie, pay attention, man.
Yeah.
You're right? Yeah. Point for Chris.
But okay, here's what it was weird.
Valid.
They were at so many different points that were miles apart.
Yeah.
And like you said, it took you 12 hours to go 1,000 feet.
roughly, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
Well,
I'm
Being fair, they're
But
not
I don't.
so
I'm not
Sylvester
quite as.
Stallone, though.
Yeah, I don't look like Stallone. though.
Okay,
Yeah,
but let's just
you guys
say-
don't do those things where like you go backwards, you know, on the rock without
No,
any cables and
that's-
stuff.
a lot
Right?
of that stuff's not
it made
right.
me nauseous though.
And actually cliffhanging, you know,
Yeah,
from, with
but
one
like
hand.
No, I can't do that.
they had a thing where they were on they were on with the helicopter and everything, right?
Yeah.
Searching for them when they would really realistically be maybe 100 yards away. Like,
I mean, it'd be a pretty small radius, yeah, where they would have to search because the FBI was like searching for them over.
Yeah.
It seemed like thousands and thousands of miles.
there were so many that guys in this movie.
Yeah,
Like from the treasury agent who is typecast as a treasury agent. He's in Rush Hour as an FBI agent.
I loved the performance of, I don't know the guy's name, the black guy though,
Leon.
Like, Leon.
Yeah.
Everything he did was great. Again, he was like just at 110.
that fight scene was pretty good.
That
Yeah,
fight scene
He
was
had the
brutal.
coolest death, just
Yeah.
being impaled on a
It's just like-
stalactite.
And here's the other thing. We are not used to seeing Sylvester Stallone lose fights.
Yeah,
We're not.
He always takes a beating. I feel like, doesn't he? No,
Yeah.
I mean, that is his
But
thing.
he comes
That is
back
kind of his
'cause
thing.
he's the underdog somehow.
That's like all of his Rocky movies. It's like he's getting beat up at first, right? And then he
Yeah.
comes back.
There's a
It's
joke
not
in here
about
for
how
Rocky and
how
rock
hard you can
climbing.
hit. It's about how many hits you can take.
Yeah.
You get up and keep going. That's his theme. Is like take the hits.
Yo,
and keep going.
I want him to get up on top of the mountain and go, Drago.
Yeah, he was supposedly like deathly afraid of heights, and so like he actually took on this project because he wanted to
Really?
overcome his fear of heights, which that's a bit extreme in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
That's full immersion therapy at
I'm
that
surprised
point.
he didn't have like a full-on panic attack like while on the side of a mountain and then end up like just panicking and falling.
Oh my gosh, no.
He had a
it's so
stuntman
bad.
who did all of his double work for the really crazy
Well,
stuff.
let's hope so.
yeah.
The stuntman
He
did
was
this
already
movie-
like 50 when he filmed this, right?
probably. The stuntman
93?
did this movie flawlessly, and then ended up getting into a car wreck and dying. Like
jeez.
after the filming had finished, which really sucks, right? You do all this crazy extreme stuff, and then like just some random thing,
some California surfer yabos
They were taking up both lanes in the road, and you got right off the road.
Mine is that like they like, and it is in both movies, but it that they're talking to each other at normal volume. Like they're like me to you.
Yeah. Over the radios?
No, not even over the radio. I'm talking about just like when they're climbing.
Yeah.
When they're climbing and stuff, they're at normal talking. They're just like, oh, what's that song? Like, no, you are, like you said, a pitch is 100 feet, right? Sometimes they're 100 feet apart, high up, and they're just like, hey, man, what's going on?
But they do that a lot.
Be more like, hey, I like that song.
I would like that song if I could remotely hear it.
What? What are you saying? But they always
they do that a ton of movies, like in like all the Fast and the Furious movies. Like they're in separate cars and they're having conversations with each other.
Hey man, which one to get eat? I don't know.
I'm gonna pull up next to him, and then you come around and whip around. You know, it's like they can't hear you.
They can't hear you, right?
You can scream at somebody in the car next to you, and they can't hear you with the windows up.
But John Lithgow was nominated for a Golden Raspberry for worst actor for this movie, apparently, which is crazy because he was amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get it. That the accent is
It's amazingly bad. But I mean, it was entertaining. I enjoyed watching the movie.
Do you like the soccer guy?
Not a great movie. Yeah.
The soccer guy? Soccer man. That's what I was calling him too. That's so good.
No, my favorite point was Northern Exposure. She clearly let herself be captured.
This is Jesse?
Janine Turner.
Jesse, yeah.
So when she's waiting for the helicopter, she thinks it's Frank. It's whatever John Lithgow's character.
Poor Frank.
Right.
So
Wayland.
he's in a helicopter. She's on like the mountaintop. He points his gun casually at her through the windshield.
Through the glass. Yeah.
He's not going to shoot through the glass. Like, how does he capture her? He had to like hover, train the gun on her through the glass, which she didn't even like run for cover or anything. She had to get in herself and handcuff herself because he's got a gun in one hand and the stick in the other.
Yeah.
So he's
just run serpentine.
I've said this before. It takes two hands to fly a helicopter. You cannot put it into a hover and control it without both hands on the throttle and the.
You ever been in a helicopter, Jason?
No, not a helicopter.
It's amazing, dude. Like
it looks
you
fun.
gotta do it. It's probably about as good as like snuggling three other dudes in a mountaintop.
Yeah.
I've flown a plane a couple times, but never helicopter.
Really?
Yeah.
Sweet man, this guy's so freaking cool.
Yeah, he's hovering. He gestures at her. Next scene, she's handcuffed in the back of the helicopter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He does so much stuff while flying the helicopter with a gun in his hand. Like the whole end scene too, where he's like, throw the money in and like let the girl down. He somehow puts her on that winch and she goes down, or she put herself on it. I don't know, but he's doing so much stuff while hovering in his helicopter. He like became like one.
There is no autopilot.
It's like a
for
mech
helicopter.
for him. Like he's like the pilot of like a mech in that helicopter. It's ridiculous.
Maybe he landed and they just didn't show it.
For Jesse,
Hey, Jason, don't put logic into this movie. What are you doing?
While he's doing
Okay,
that,
I'm sorry.
she could be like running away.
Yeah, very true. She still could have got away.
I know. Yeah, geez Louise. So who was on the $1,000 bill? I didn't catch it. Did you guys notice?
I didn't notice.
I know it's not.
I think I knew at some point, but I don't remember.
I know. It's probably like Salmon Chase or whatever. He was a Supreme Court justice. I'm looking it up. Were you looking it up, Jason? Yeah,
I was going to see if I can find it real quick.
So during their filming, there actually was an electrical storm that ended up hitting while they were filming, and it like knocked down a couple guys, and like they were all like they had like frazzled hair, and they were like making jokes and stuff like that. But how crazy would that be? You're out here filming a film, and then like an electrical storm hits while you're stuck on the side of this mountain.
Yeah,
honestly,
imagine like if they had bad weather. You know, if Jason had bad weather when they were going up that mountain, how much worse that would be. You got nowhere to go. You got no shelter. You can't even run.
Yeah, you don't see me doing climbing. So, yeah.
Although I felt the movie was kind of ruined. Like it was a pretty straight up. There was some ludicrous points, but
no, that was Leon, not ludicrous.
Pretty straight up action flick.
Cleveland.
Grover Cleveland is on the $1,000 bill. Wow.
Only president to be elected to 2 non-consecutive
Chris has got some presidential trivia here.
Yeah, man.
But the final fight on top of the suspended helicopter, we don't need a bad Schwarzenegger pun. Like the whole like keep your arms and legs inside
pretty
the
bad.
vehicle
Yeah,
at
that
all.
one was
Like,
the worst.
come on, that's not something
that was
you
the
should
height
say.
of
I
at
almost
this point.
cringed a little bit.
That was the height of
a little bit.
Schwarzenegger's popularity, and so like Stallone's probably like trying to like tap into that. Like I got to do something to
Well,
get back on top.
Fail.
Yeah,
So it is funny because I was talking like with my girls and Jennifer, and I love them too, but like we obviously Arnold and Sylvester Stallone and guys like that. For this generation, it's now it's The Rock, obviously.
sure.
Yeah, like
Vin Diesel.
probably more. I think more of The Rock. Just The Rock can be in anything. Vin Diesel has his
Jason
one.
Momoa.
He has.
These are all the guys that are going to be like
But
their Schwarzenegger.
do I love these guys? Absolutely. I think they're great. I think they're awesome. They're also like they look like demigods just running around. But they did you flip me off or did you just do your
Scratch my nose.
Okay, yeah. But it was like it was full extension of the figure.
Chill out, Rigga.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. But Sylvester Stallone being in Rocky and basically just being in Rocky, that was it for me. But these guys just were such icons of my childhood too. Not of yours, Corey. You don't care anything about.
I don't know anything about them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So for you, Jason, Stallone or Schwarzenegger?
Stallone.
Really, that's so interesting.
Like the Rambos. I love.
You're
the
not
Rambos.
wrong. I'm just, but like,
Yeah. I think I own all the Rambos, and I don't have the Rockies, but I got a lot of Stallone movies.
you seen the Creed movies?
Yeah.
They're good, huh?
I'm excited for the new one. Is it out already? Probably is. I don't even know.
In the theaters or on DVD?
Where-
I saw a trailer
where
for it like
his,
recently.
His son fights.
I don't know if it's out yet.
The son of Draga.
Okay, I'm asking on DVD or in the theaters? Which one?
Theaters.
Theaters.
It sort of came and gone from the theaters.
Is it?
Yeah, so it'll be
That
on
shows
DVD
you
soon.
how up I am.
Congratulations. Yeah. No, we don't. There was a weird lull where we weren't like we hadn't had to watch as many movies lately. Where me and Donnie were able to like go see movies.
Yeah.
which never happens.
No, we saw like the trailer for the next Creed movie, like when we went to see Aquaman or something, like a few weeks ago. It's already gone.
It already came and went. It's
Jeez.
very good. I enjoyed it.
Huh.
Yeah.
So
This movie's not Cliffhanger.
who wins the match?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah, I don't want that
I don't wanna
spoiled.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's a very good movie.
I had to watch Rocky 4 on this show, so I should probably watch like part 2, Rocky 4 part 2.
Rocky 4 Part 2 is Creed. Yes, you are right. Rocky 4.5. I really
What
liked
else?
it. I like this movie a lot.
The finale. So he attaches the helicopter to that ladder. Great, good plan. Then he gets on that ladder.
That was so dumb.
Why would you do that?
I don't know why he did that either. His whole like end game plan was ridiculous.
That could have been planned better as
And
well.
the thing is he did like look at it and be like, all right, and just like hook it on, like because he grabs the hook and doesn't really. You can actually see it on his face. He doesn't quite know what
He's
to
like, "What
do
you
with
do?"
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Which wasn't a bad idea, but
No.
then just run the opposite way.
Yeah.
Because that helicopter now is going to affect it significantly. It would pull those bolts out, but it's going to probably cause that helicopter to go down.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
as it
think
did.
off,
this
down, so
scene.
down.
I think this is the scene that made me think that I've seen this movie before because when that helicopter is falling, I don't know if I've seen it in like the trailers at some point or something.
Yeah.
But that's the scene that was familiar to me out of this whole movie.
I mean, 93, I would have been 10.
They actually had to edit a scene out of this movie where Stallone ran and jumped off a cliff and with two ice,
Yeah, and
ice
see, I-
axes that like jams into an opposite side cliff.
I thought that was going to
And
be this
That was
one
on
too.
Vertical Limit,
They
though.
do that in
do it in
Audiences
Vertical
thought that
Limit.
was so ridiculous, and so they actually cut that out of the movie, but it was in the trailer. And then they ended up doing it on Vertical Limit, and everybody loved it. So
I thought it was a great
Because it's
scene.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Though there were a lot of good deaths of the bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leon getting his leg cut open with the ice axe, which is super cool.
Yeah.
And then
No, his death was getting impaled.
No, I know, but he got hit with the ice
Yeah.
axe first, and then shoved into a stalactite.
Yeah.
Oh man, by the balls too.
Yeah.
Just
least of his worries.
I'm just saying, like
By
he
his
got,
nuts.
he got grabbed by his cojones, and then lifted up.
Cojones?
Yeah,
Cojones.
I can say it however I want to.
Okay.
Whatever I want.
Is that like Yiddish? Grabbed by the cojones. Hey, David.
You know what, Donnie? You're such a yenta. Okay, jeez Louise.
Yeah, that's
It's a good movie, man. I really
Lot of
enjoyed
fun.
it. It was
It was fun.
yeah. These were the easiest of our movies to find ever.
right.
I think it ended abruptly though, didn't it? Kind of end abruptly.
It really did.
Do you think
But
him and Jesse are going to
full
make
circle because now they're back on the top of the mountain, like two guys and a
Yeah,
girl. Like,
true.
It's kind of like
Just-
how it
Yeah.
mirrors the beginning. But now they've learned so much more about themselves and they've got their power back and all that nonsense. But
Only now,
I have the power!
I'm just saying, like he had lost faith in himself as a climber, and now
Totally
he's proven
lost the
himself.
touch.
now
They're the best friends are
Yondu,
friends again.
Yondu's going to resent Rocky even more because this
drop
time
his
around,
girlfriend.
yeah, they saved
So
the
what,
other girl.
so what it is, so Michael Rooker actually took Jesse and then chucked her off the side. Now we're even! I got you back. I mean, the thing is that there's a lot of complicated emotions happening with this. So you understand why Michael Rooker is super pissed
Yeah.
at Sylvester Stallone.
yeah.
Even if it's not even his fault. There's no way that you're just like, yeah, man, we're cool.
Yeah.
Especially because she kissed you right before she died.
Right? That was the last man she kissed.
Yeah, it was not Michael Rooker.
That's what he's pissed about.
Hey, man, you kissed my girl. I don't even know. Is that Michael Rooker? Is that what he sounds? That
That's
was
close enough.
close enough for
Sure.
government. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Just goes. It's good.
Wait, Bill Paxton's the bad guy in this Quickie with Big D?
Vertical Limit. Daredevil mentor Stick takes a patricidal Chris O'Donnell on a fun revenge killing expedition.
Chris O'Connell? I'm just messing around with you. I gotcha. This movie is also a lot of fun. Jason, is this your first time watching it, or
I think all the way through. Yeah, I've seen it before, but from start to finish in one sitting. Yeah,
yeah?
that was good. I loved it.
This one of
This
those
one
movies.
had another epic opening
Yeah,
sequence.
the
Both
opening
of them
scene
started
was
with,
like-
yeah.
That's
pretty
Utah,
intense.
right? Monument Valley. I've driven through there. It's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. Silence. It's good too.
Well, at this scene in the beginning, they are yelling at each other on the rock.
But like
Yeah.
quietly though.
But they were on the same pitch, right?
Yeah,
Is it
hey.
pitch? Is that correct?
Um,
no.
well,
what's the term? Is
The
it
two
pitch?
kids, so the daughter and the son of the dad,
Yeah.
they were on the same pitch.
So, when do you guys think that they were going to kiss? Because it was
The brother,
not.
sister?
I
the
didn't
brother,
realize they were
sister.
brother and
It's a
sister
very
at first.
close-
It's like
Right, yeah.
there's certain scenes where she looks at him, he's like standing framed in the like the smoke. And I understand brother sister, it's fine. Like you would do anything for your sibling, but like they made it feel romantic.
They did have kind of a,
little bit,
Lannister
yeah.
energy to them.
It was just an energy between them. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, at the time though, like Chris O'Connell.
you got this.
I don't know what it is. Chris
It's
O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell.
Chris
yeah.
Chris O'Donnell was like the hot
Right?
guy that everybody wanted.
He was in the Three Musketeers.
Yeah, he was in Three Musketeers. He had been in Batman and
He was Robin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Robin.
I didn't see that one, but
I don't know what year that came out, but I'm just saying like he was like the hot
Man, he
ticket
was in
at that time.
everything,
So
huh?
that actress probably couldn't help but just like swoon over him,
yeah.
Tully.
and he just had that
Robin
like
Tully.
that smile. And
That wasn't
that
in the
swag.
script. Just the Chris O'Donnell aura is
Exactly.
hard
His
to
musk,
resist.
his
Yeah.
muskiness.
I love the Pakistani military guys.
Oh,
just
they
like
were also
time to wake
good.
up the Indians and they
Yeah.
start.
Well, the guy that was the helicopter pilot, he's from New Zealand. He's in like Aquaman. He's a New Zealander. He's not from Pakistan. I don't know.
So I have a question for you guys.
Okay, I'm ready.
We were kind of talking about the opening scene and got off on a
Yes,
tangent.
I'm ready.
It's you and your sister or your sibling and your dad. Do you cut the rope?
I wouldn't
Because like that was a tough decision. Like his sister screaming,
Oh, yeah,
"Don't do it!"
that's-
His dad's like, "Son, do it. You're gonna kill your sister."
Yeah.
Like, what do you guys do? You guys cut the rope?
I don't think you have a choice.
So you're a yes, Donnie.
I guess, but I mean, realistically, we're not in this
She-
situation
You'd
ever.
never be there.
Yeah.
Mine would have been, oh, hey, what are we doing up
Whatever
here?
situation you're in.
If you don't eat those last hot pockets, your sister might get a stomach ache.
did you choose your sister or your dad?
No, you're not choosing your sister, your
No.
dad.
Not answering
You're
that on
choosing-
the air.
No, he literally was like having to choose between the two of them. She was
Yeah.
screaming, "Don't do
No,
it."
he was having
I
to
can
choose
reach.
between killing dad and killing everyone.
Yeah,
Like
she
it
killed dad.
Really wasn't a choice.
And I feel Wick said it right. He says, "Hey, you did the right thing. If he had the knife, he would have done it himself.
Yeah.
Don't worry."
Yeah.
So those things are
I
called.
think they spent too much, or she spent too much time yelling at him
She should have
not
been focusing
to
the whole time,
not to
like
cut
to
it.
get it in, because she was
Yeah.
so close.
She had a lot of time.
If-
She could have been setting that.
If they
cam.
could have swung a little bit, which I know would create more tension on the cam, but if they could have swung, she could have got it in there. I feel like.
I think they were probably trying to get across that they were still young and inexperienced
Inexperienced,
climbers
yeah.
too, probably. So.
Yeah. Because they had that line like, we're not 15 anymore, Dad. And like, what were they, like 17? I don't even know what their ages were supposed to be in this, but they seem pretty young.
And it's the law that if you have like a mountain climbing movie, somebody has to die in the first 5 minutes.
Freaking amateurs, man.
The mountain climbing script writing requirement. Yeah.
So when everyone started falling, on this one, I got chills a little bit because the way they all fall and they get all tangled up and fall.
Oh, yeah. Like, guys, like they wrapped around the dad's chest. He was holding all of their weight on his chest. That was on him.
God.
And I was thinking like, I'd say goodbye to those guys. I'd find a way to get that rope off of me and let those guys go. Because they were the amateurs.
He basically did, too.
Yeah, they didn't hang on for very long, did they?
He was in his 50s?
Yeah.
Still Vera. He could have had other kids.
I like that actor. He's another that guy. He's in like The Rock. He's in The Mask of Zorro. He's in a lot of things.
Longmire's in this movie, and he's Australian. Who knew that?
Which I don't know, Longmire.
He's what's his name? Robert something. Robert Taylor. He's he's like a supporting character in the end of it. I don't know what his character's name was.
I don't see a
You mean
Longmire.
Skip?
I'm
You
looking
mean
at
Skip?
the cast list here. I don't see a Longmire.
Well, no, Robert Taylor is the actor. He was in Longmire.
Okay.
So you mean Skipper was only Australian?
Robert Taylor played Skip Taylor.
Okay, yeah, Skip Taylor. Whoa.
He was in this
big stretch right there.
He was in this cool series called Longmire where he's like a Wyoming sheriff, and I had no idea.
That's like our Andrew Lincoln.
Yeah, I had no idea he was Australian.
Did you know that? Did you watch Walking Dead?
I started that and watched I don't know how many seasons, but then I just kind of got off of it.
Same here,
yeah, the main character is British.
Yeah.
Why can't I remember his name?
Rick,
thank you. The dictatorship.
Yeah.
He's British.
Yeah. Whenever they do interviews with him, he has his accent.
We didn't know that.
I guess I never saw an interview with him.
Somehow
I don't think I knew that at first, but
when we watched Love Actually, like, Rick, why is he talking like a British guy?
Like a bloody Brit.
It's British. The nitroglycerin. Let's talk about the nitroglycerin.
That stuff trips me out because what is it? Just some chemicals that just randomly explodes? Or?
Well, it's what
TNT.
Yeah, it's TNT.
That's what TNT is made out of. Yeah.
Yeah, but it explodes.
So you just have to like barely like tap it or something, and it just
It's
explodes.
just super volatile. Like the molecular structure of it wants to like basically like
Explode.
expand.
Like explode.
Yeah.
But that's
very
what.
reactive.
So TNT is basically someone made it.
With a fuse.
Well, no, basically made it like transportable.
They soak the material in the nitroglycerin and then wax the outside of it and then
it makes it less volatile.
So dynamite is like gunpowder then. Is that what that is?
No, dynamite is
nitroglycerin.
TNT.
It's actually
I didn't know that. See, I was thinking they were always just like gunpowder and
Huh.
like a pipe bomb or something.
Nitro.
Nitro. I did not know that.
Yeah, so it was like
I like
gross
reading this
malfeasance how they were storing that stuff. Like if those jars just leak like that.
Yeah.
The whole thing is like it leaked inside the containment unit.
Yeah.
And they're still like, cool, man.
Yeah, let's just take it.
And then they're always like, oh, don't jostle it. But when they are jumping out of the helicopter, they are not landing like, ta-da, like gracefully nailed it, stuck the landing.
That was a pretty intense scene too.
Like some of them land on their backs.
That scene was bonkers though. Like
it was pretty bonkers.
So I looked up like how high can helicopters go?
Yeah.
And so like the helicopters that were used in this movie, like the max service ceiling is anywhere from like 17,000 to about 20,000 feet. And they said they went up to 21,000 feet. So they went beyond the max service ceiling. Like at that point, it's like, okay, let's go to a lower ledge. This is not worth the risk.
Right. Mm-hmm. I know. Oh man. The scene that always trips me out in this movie is when he just like straight up straight razors his face.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Does that get you? I knew. I actually even knew like Donnie is watching this intently right now.
I have woken up late for work and it's like, oh, I gotta shave today because it looks pretty rough. I'm not even gonna waste my time with water and shaving cream. I'm just gonna go with my razor blade and like it hurts, but it's like I gotta do it.
Have you guys ever shaved with a straight razor like that, an old school one?
No. I haven't personally done it. I've had it done for me.
Yeah.
Do you shave with a straight razor?
My wife got me a straight razor for our anniversary a few years back, so I was using it for a few years, but I couldn't keep it sharp I couldn't get it sharp again. So I
how-
had like the strop and everything, but I just couldn't. It like drug too much, so I had to stop.
Yeah,
using it.
you get these little burrs, these little microscopic
Yep.
little burrs.
And that's what the
of
strop
metal,
was supposed to do.
and it'll
but
catch you up.
I just couldn't ever get it sharp enough, so I used it for a few months. But
I
there's
have
a
a
technique
straight
to it.
razor, but there's no reason not to use a safety razor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Safety
safety razor's
razor
where it's
is
at.
So-
the best.
So, Jason, when you walk around, do you find it difficult to carry your giant brass balls around with you? Is it hard for you?
you get used to it.
Okay, cool, man. Like, just massive.
Other muscles get big to compensate.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. So you just roll with it. Cannot stress the rich mahogany smell that this guy exudes at all times, too. Okay.
You sure it's not bourbon?
It's bourbon. Yeah, oh, there. And the smell
I'm
of
just kidding.
rain.
There was
and
a
outdoors.
scene. We haven't talked about Paxton yet because we were a huge fan of Bill
we love him.
Paxton.
Rescue out in Pache.
He does a great job of playing a villain in this. There was a scene though that I could not help. I busted up laughing. I had to rewind it to double check that I saw it correct. It's kind of stupid, but when they were already on the mountain,
Yes.
and the people at the base camp are kind of like radioing to the head guy that like, hey, weather's looking like it's kind of going to get bad. And they had this whole argument, and Bill Paxton's trying to look like he's like the tough guy.
Right.
And take control even though he wasn't supposed to have it. He takes a bite of like his Cliff Bar or whatever.
He had a wrapper in his mouth.
He took a bite out of the package and he's still just trying to look like so cool.
Okay.
Like,
I'm so glad you brought that up.
I wasn't sure if I saw it correctly the first time I went back, but that's hilarious. I didn't think I was going to keep chewing because I want to look cool.
I can't let him. Oh no! I guess I mean this rapper.
I was dying on that.
That was pretty fun.
He's menacing. Like when he comes out of the shadows when they're in the crevasse. Like
Oh yeah, when he's down in there,
Yeah.
he becomes
Ooh.
evil.
Yeah, he was
a
getting
great character. Great,
Every scene
great
they
actor.
showed him, and he was getting a little more evil.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the interaction between Wick and him at the beginning. Like they know each other. Like
Yeah.
they're like, it's like, why are you acting like you've never seen? I know why. I understand, but it was like they get really like, well, oh, he pulled him off the mountain. Oh, he did. Like, oh, it's like. No, it's everyone knows that they know each other. Why are they acting like they don't know each other?
Yeah, but that was like a promotional party that he was throwing to get everybody kind of like to rally behind him in this expedition.
Sweet party, man.
And so he was feeling like he was going to lose face if he didn't kind of like verbally spar with Wick. You know what I mean? And Wick was trying to basically bring him down a peg because he knew he was a murderer. A cold-blooded murderer.
Cold-blooded.
Point.
Did you guys see the Donnie cameo? Did you see yourself in this movie? There was somebody down at like the little radio room.
Was the guy
it
at
was
the,
Donnie. He
the
had
terminal?
a ponytail. He had a ponytail, but
And he was
like
bald
Donnie.
on top.
Yeah.
I did have a brief ponytail phase in like 96.
Those two naked guys in the
Oh,
lawn
the
chairs,
brothers.
they cracked me up.
The
brothers were
brothers
great.
were so fun.
When they were-
One of them should have survived. The fact that they both
Yeah.
died,
Yeah.
I feel is problematic
I
because
felt they killed too many people in this movie.
they needed to have one of the brothers mourn the loss of the brother.
Yeah.
Like you either could have,
To honor him. And yeah.
like, oh,
Or
well,
in
I'm gonna-
another 7 years, he would have a revenge thing against Chris O'Donnell.
Nice. Yeah, that would be. Yeah. What
I
would we
was-
call it? Vertical Limit 2. What's the
more vertical then.
more vertical?
Vertical Limit 2. Apparently, Vertical Limit 1 was not the actual limit.
So it's a title of a
Vertical
of a
Limit
Panic-
more.
It's
Yeah.
it's Panic at the Disco title. No, like when the brother and the cousin they like bury it or like they bury it in the snow and everything.
Yeah.
And then they blow up. It's just like, oh,
Yeah, it kind of.
it's really it's like oh.
Is that why I wasn't paying super close attention at the end? Is that what happened to Dr. Bashir?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was one of those.
It
Nice.
created
Deep Space
suspense.
Nine.
It created
reference.
suspense. They ran, and then they just kind of like wiped the sweat off their brow, and then gave up. But then they blew up like the second later. So it was like
So when
it
the
was like
first
a tease for us.
when the first brother died, that scene was pretty intense too.
That was
When
the
the
avalanche.
The avalanche took him
Yeah.
off the side.
But like the
She did all that work to save him, and then he just goes.
And
swept
you
right
just
off
hear
the
that
side.
rumbling.
and he just turns around and it's in his eyes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
but like so one of the brothers should have lived. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, that scene where she's going out onto like that little ice ledge, and it like cracks, man. Like that's one of those moments where like internally you freeze. Like you can't like I can't move
Yeah.
forward. I can't move backward. What do
And
you
she's
do?
just like standing there with the rope, and then
Yeah.
she just dives for it, and then they all
knowing
fall.
what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and then
you
just
have
all
to
let
solve
goes.
one.
She was very unlikable.
No.
She was an unlikable character to
No,
me.
she was troubled, but she was likable.
I'm not troubled. She was not. At no point was I'm just like, yeah, I'm rooting for her. I would have much rather had Ben Mendelsohn live. So director Krennic. I don't know. From
yeah.
Yeah, Rogue One.
Yeah, I know who Director Krennic is. I just don't remember him in this movie. Who was he in this movie?
So he was one of the brothers.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh,
He was the one that died first.
The Avalanche one.
Avalanche guy.
No. He was with Dr. Bashir.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Not Avalanche guy.
that is
not-
him. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was familiar. I couldn't place him, but I was like, maybe I haven't seen this guy before. That's who he is. Yeah.
Does anyone else like really want to know what their hooch tasted like? Like in the still, they had the still going the whole time. It was dark.
Yeah, it
Had
was
some
pretty
nice amber tones to it. Yeah. Was that?
And how would
some
you
corn
get that?
mash.
Because like it's all going to come out clear. You got to put it in the barrels and age it to get the color, right?
It's
how whiskey
obviously
works,
urine. Obviously, right? There's
What's that called when they brew it in the back of the toilets in prisons?
Pruno.
Pruno, yeah. Some nice prison hooch there.
Prison hooch.
Is this movie
Everest Pruno.
dumb? 100% this movie is dumb.
Yeah.
But,
I loved it.
But
Yeah, I
but
liked
that
it.
is the thing. I loved every
was
second
so
of
fun.
it.
Yeah,
My
that's
heart was pumping. It brought me back to like my teenage years. Where like these movies were my jam.
Yeah.
And
So how did we know of your hate for certain body fluids? How did you feel about the bag of blood?
so grosses
flared?
me
Yeah,
out.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
that probably
so
grossed you out pretty
grosses me
bad. Huh?
There was they got so much blood out
Like
of them. I felt
all
like
the blood.
like where did all that
Just like
come
a shriveled
from?
up prune in that cave.
They're like,
Look like
they're
a vampire, like-
what they do is they like roll them up like a toothpaste tube.
You got to start from the bottom, yeah, and just work
Gotta
all
work
the
way
way
up.
up
Kind of a
systematically.
monster to start from
toes
the bottom.
forward.
Yeah.
What's that movie where the villain like sucks the soul out of them and they're like this crippled like
Mortal Kombat.
is that what it is? Maybe I
Your
don't know.
soul is mine.
Yeah, and they're all like sucked dry.
Okay, let's see if we get. Do you guys remember the Beastmaster movie?
Yeah.
No.
With Mark Singer as Dar, the Beastmaster.
Donnie does. Do you remember the nightmare fuel that was those weird winged creatures?
Yeah.
Those things gave. I remember
There were these vulture men, and they would wrap their wings around you and just like, and then your like your wet bones would be left.
nightmare fuel, guys. Like seriously. So I kind of blocked that movie out. I was reading a Cracked article about like randomly horrible scenes in PG movies.
Yeah.
And they're like, Beastmaster, PG movie, except for the nightmare fuel that are the Batwing characters. They were horrific. You got to look it up, man. It'll scar you.
Beastmaster.
We have
in a
to
movie.
get Beastmaster on the
Let's put it in an
podcast.
episode.
Dude,
yeah.
Beastmaster, Conan the Bar.
We've already done Conan.
we've done Conan. We could do the
We did the
remake.
Destroyer.
What are other sword and
Conan
sandals?
the Destroyer is probably closer in caliber
Yeah,
to the
We need to add a
Beastmaster.
new like
Then the
segment
new
to our
Conan.
show where we sit here and just like think about like what episodes we could do in the future,
Brainstorming.
and then never actually do them.
Brainstorming. Yeah. The second we speak it into existence,
We'll never do it,
it goes
yeah.
away.
Yeah.
It goes away.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Gosh dang it! Now we can't do Beastmaster. So
I thought the one scene was funny in the movie where the nitro blows the two guys up, the doctor and the one brother.
Yeah.
When they like are all laughing because they spilt the water and then they're just vaporized, like they just disappear into a cloud of red mist.
it's just there's so many people die.
Yeah.
I feel like it was too many. I think some more people should have lived to make it worth it because it was 6 people were going up to save 3.
Yeah.
And how many came down? 3?
So a total
No.
of 9.
2 came down, like right.
Yeah, just
3.
No, 3.
The siblings and the girlfriend.
The girl, yeah.
So they had a
Stick never intended to come back down.
no.
No, I don't think so either.
Okay, he's making a Daredevil. He's making a Daredevil
Okay.
reference. Yeah.
Yeah.
what?
It's
Well,
Daredevil.
I don't. What was his name?
Wick.
Wick.
Yeah, you were
Wick.
close. That's why I was like, it's Wick, but did you just like
Montgomery Wick.
did some
Okay.
wordplay here? Like, what is this?
That was crazy when they did the frostbite toes.
Oh, he's
yeah,
rubbing his
yeah.
feet. Yeah.
Ugh, yeah.
Isn't that how Everest is? Isn't that movie where everyone dies in that movie too?
I think that's a lot.
We kicked a lot of mountain
We
movies
would
around.
these ones just were like so perfect.
Yeah,
these
for
ones
sure.
fit
But
really
I think
well.
the same thing in Everest. I think
There's a movie
everybody
called
died.
K2.
There's other ones that are more
Yeah, there's
serious.
K2 as
There's
well.
K2, Everest, Alive.
Well, what
where
about
they
the
crash land and eat each other?
the John
Yeah, that's a good
Krakauer one? Is that Into Thin Air? Is that more like a documentary?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know, like when I was living in Corvallis, like John Krakauer was from there, and my girlfriend at the time like cleaned houses. She would clean like the Krakauer's like house.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
The Crack Horse?
Krakauer. This guy John Krakauer, like he climbed Everest, and then he wrote a book about it, and then they made a movie out of that book called Into Thin Air.
Yeah,
It's spelled Krakow, but they just pronounce it Krakow.
yeah. But my thing is like
Krakow.
so the guy that Bill Paxton just totally just like jerks off at when he first lands, like, oh, we're all just amateurs next to this guy. That dude's a real climber.
Yeah.
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 Some,
he's-
real,
like,
some cameos in.
So, but it's kind of funny because like he goes on there to kind of be a cowardly douchebag. Like that, like why would you choose to do that? Like
he's the guy who offered the $1 million, right?
No. That was a different guy. No, he offered 500,000 to whoever goes up there.
Yeah, sorry.
Not including tip.
Yeah, not including tip. I know that was really good. I don't know. But also it's like you're going to die because that's the whole thing is they had a small window to get through the storm. Mm-hmm. So going up there was also
No, I don't think the storm was involved. I think they had so much time to get him from before they died from a demon.
But also they were in the middle of a storm. That's why they wanted him to come down anyway.
Yeah, why they got trapped up there, yeah.
How warm are those tents?
Cold,
they're just
sub-zero, I'm
just
sure.
a tent, yeah.
It's they just like are always just in them. They seem fine. I guess they stay in their gear.
I want to get it kind of like your opinion as a climber and an outdoorsman. Like, do you have an interest in climbing K2 or Everest? Is that something, or is that even crazy to you? Because to me, this is absolutely nuts. I think these guys are crazy for wanting to do this. Yeah. To suffer through that.
No, probably not Everest or K2. We have a pretty good climber that me and Luke and the guys are planning that's pretty good climb. It's like 2,000 feet, but it's, in California.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just, there's too many people. I think it's like a big party up there too.
Isn't it like littered with tanks and like Everest is
all the way-
garbage?
And now it's literally like a line of people all the way to the summit.
Yeah, it's so passe to go up.
I mean, it's still an accomplishment because of the altitude, obviously, but just the amount of people that are up there is
highest
like
place in the world.
Pretty pedestrian though.
I mean, it would be cool to experience it, but I probably just the cost.
That's the part I'm kind of trying to get to.
$70,000 or whatever.
You say it's cool to experience it. Like, what is the aesthetic? Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm going to suffer for like 2 days of my life to just basically just check a box off and say I got to the highest point in the world. Like,
I mean, that literally is all mountain climbing is to me. It's like what?
Just suffering.
I mean, even though like Whitney was a bad experience,
story is
like I would go back and do it in a second.
Yeah.
But you probably put some warmer clothes on.
We learned things.
Maybe not shorts.
Yeah.
Not shorts.
Maybe wear some pants.
Yep. No, you know what it was? Oh, I had the ones that zipped off at the knee. I think that's what I had.
Yeah. That's so funny. It's like, you know what? I don't need the bottom part of my pants.
It's just Whitney.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's hot as hell.
I mean, we were hot when we started climbing. I mean, the sun beats down on you and you get sunburnt and like the reflection off the snow and everything else.
It's like being on the surface of, what is it, Mercury, where it's like boiling hot on one side and freezing cold on the other. It's basically like what it's like
just
there.
like that.
It's exactly like that, It's Mercury on Earth.
I always, when I watch him, is that some of this is not, you call it climbing the mountain.
These are more mountaineering.
So it's basically just like hardcore hiking.
Yeah, with the altitude and everything.
So
it's mountaineering.
I'm not. That's what it's called.
Mountaineering.
I learned something new.
Well, is mountaineering like a combination of both hiking and climbing rocks?
It's like bouldering / scrambling. Steep hikes.
And do you always do mountaineering with gear, or can you do it without gear?
No, you do it with gear.
You always do it with gear.
Climbing is like
straight up.
Yeah, because I think Cliffhanger is more like they're climbing.
Climbing, yeah.
And this is more like I feel like it's just like a hardcore.
They did both.
They
did both.
And there is climbing involved in a lot of these too, like on Everest and K2. Mm-hmm. There are sections you have to actually climb, but most of it's like mountaineering.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
That clears it up.
Interesting.
I'm learning a lot.
You know what blows my mind is like, okay, we do it now with all this gear and like weather we can predict weather patterns. We got equipment. Like, just imagine the first dudes like in 1902 or whenever they first summited
most of
Everest.
them died.
They just went up there. It's just like, I'm just going to go. There's no trail. I'm just going to go up this mountain. I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah, and most of them died. Yeah. That's why it was such a big deal.
Like, now it's no big deal. And I feel terrible for saying that. Like 1902, I'm sure was not the first time that somebody went up there. I'm sure the people who live in the Himalayas went up there all the time for thousands of years.
First recorded white dude.
Yeah, it's the first recorded white dude who basically got credit for it. That's ridiculous. But anyways,
Edmund Hillary.
Is that who it is?
Hillary. First European.
How do these things happen? Hillary. His name has hill in it. Like these things, like you can't even write this stuff.
Yeah.
First European up Everest.
I honestly did not know where you're going with that at first. Hillary, that's a girl's name. I don't know where you're going with it.
Girls can't climb mountains. No, his Sherpa guide, and I can't remember his name, and it bothers me that I can't remember his name.
That's real
He was
problematic,
actually up first. So first recorded guy officially up was actually his Sherpa guide.
Yeah. But that guy probably was like the town loser for all the guys who have been going up that mountain that live there all the time. You know what I mean?
Hey, bro, it's your first time, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you're taking a white dude up, huh? What a loser.
What a loser. I felt like the quote unquote love interest that wasn't the brother and sister between him and the French
Well, it
Canadian.
was really a love triangle.
A love
story,
triangle
yeah.
issue going on.
The girls had a whole like fight, on the
It's
mountain.
weird. Like,
over him.
he's my brother. We came from the same place. But like, why was there any chemistry? There shouldn't have been any chemistry between.
Because he's Chris mother flipping O'Donnell.
No, there's only one mother flipping. That's the Galindo. Come on, man. No, but it just was weird. It's like, no, she was in a relationship with Skip, and then like, why was there any tension between them at all? He knew her for literally 30 seconds.
That's all it takes.
I guess you're up when you're Chris
When you're Chris O'Donnell.
O'Donnell. No, but anyway, it's just weird. But also, he got a lot of like run of the place. Like he literally was just like running into a place, like, "Hey, what's going on?" They're like,
just
no,
grabs the radio, like he runs the
literally,
place.
what do you do? Like, get out of here, random person who hasn't climbed in 8 years or whatever.
Yeah.
When his porter broke his leg, that was
an
brutal.
awful scene.
That was
I
brutal.
hated that scene.
That dude, like, when that guy trips, he motherfucking trips.
Yeah, he's like
he launched into
no
that.
half-ass tripping around here.
Does a double flip, leg snaps in half.
It was a dummy, right? They threw into the rocks.
I sure hope so.
It was a great the way this scene played out. Like he like flew into that little crevice and then twisted.
If you got a heavy pack though, they get you off balance. You do kind of tend to just go whoop and just kind of
Really?
go.
That's true. You're probably more top.
Now we know
Yeah.
that it's just full of your own poop. Like that, we know that's literally all the weight that you're carrying.
A lot of those,
man.
backpacking meals and stuff, like the backpacker's pantry and stuff, kind of get you constipated. So sometimes
That's
go a
probably
couple
for the
days
best,
without
right?
even
Probably by
going.
design.
Take one epic poop though.
It's it's all the preservatives that are in them, probably. But
Oh really? I figured it was probably all the heroin. It's now time for our newest, I say that with a lot of quotes right there, segment, Subjectively Gooder.
There it is.
Where we decide if these are better than the last set of movies from our previous episode.
So is this subjectively or objectively fair? Now that we're doing 2 movies versus 3?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's our world, man.
Yeah. All right.
Do whatever
all
we
right.
want. I will say that I enjoyed these more than our last
I
three.
was going to say subjectively, I think this is a better set of movies than we
I
had before.
enjoyed them more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm basing it on, is how much I enjoy watching them.
Wait. Have you seen Moulin Rouge, Across the Universe, and Jesus Christ Superstar?
I've seen Moulin Rouge. Yes.
Okay.
So is that I don't know when you guys are recording.
Yeah.
Those
So
are the movies that we did last.
2 weeks
yeah.
ago, yeah.
We've got this new segment where we're comparing those 3 movies to these new movies
Yeah.
that we did. So
I would say these movies are way better.
yeah. Okay, cool.
I mean, I love Moulin Rouge, but
Yeah. Of course you do. It's a class. It's an amazing movie.
This is a tough one because Donnie's got to
They're not-
represent his mom.
They're not better, but they are more fun. So I don't know. I'm half
4 for
for
4.
1. 6. What's the fucking?
It's math.
You've
Math.
got me confused on that phrase now because we were talking about the other day.
Six of
one, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just confusing as heck. 4 for 4. Good stuff.
No, 3.5.
Suck it, Thomas. Just kidding. Yeah. That seems so mean. We don't declare each other the winner here at MGT. That's for you, the Twitter poll, and I guess REI to decide. But we do think someone should win and lose, and that's why we have gooder, badder, fugly. You guys got any winners? Who's your winners from these?
My winner. I've been having a hard time writing these lately, but my winner this week is Gravity. You can fight it, but it eventually will win.
It's gonna win.
Yeah.
Gravity never loses. Never loses.
also the weather.
The weather wins.
Weather always wins.
Okay. Is that your winner? The weather?
Let's go with weather.
Oh, I
I'll
like
say
that. That's good. Piggyback. How about you, Don?
My
Go.
winner was Stick. He got to finally avenge his wife.
Oh, he's doing his.
And he was
doing
like,
shtick.
Yeah, he's doing his shtick.
he was ready
He's
to
doing a
die.
witch stick.
So, I
he
mean,
totally was.
Yeah.
I like how that scene went. The bad guy died and the other guy died because he had nothing else to go for.
I will
so.
say that was good writing where it came back around where he ended up,
Yes,
slicing the
sure.
rope and getting rid of the bad guy,
His frozen wife was pretty cute.
Yeah, no, I wanted to bring
She
that
was.
up earlier.
She was beautiful.
Very well preserved, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like literally, she was in
Well,
the world's
yeah.
largest refrigerator.
He should have just hiked her back down. Maybe they could have thought her out.
No, she had died already of
Yeah, she had
pulmonary.
already
He
died.
could just lay her down and ride her down like a sled.
Encino Man?
Yeah.
Is that the one? Where
They did that in Cliffhanger. The scene, he's like, right. Oh,
He was riding
Swiss
that guy,
Army
huh?
Man. That's
they
the one-
bring him back. Oh, Swiss.
Oh no, sorry, we're doing two different movies. I was talking about riding him down like a sled. That's Swiss Army Man, but you're right. They did thaw him out in Encino Man.
Yeah.
No, they did that in Cliffhanger, where they're like, he's
He
like,
like pushes his face down to the ice and comes back and it's just like ribbons.
Oh,
of
yeah.
skin.
it hurts.
Yeah.
Snow hurts.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
ice
for
like
sure.
that will tear you up quick.
Yeah.
My winner was I had a couple. I went back and forth, like basically like it was between the makers of ropes and carabiners and cams. Like they had to supply a lot of stuff. They made a lot of money off of that. The winner is, now that I realized it, whoever gets all of Bill Paxton's stock, like he's a multi-billionaire. Someone just got really rich.
Right.
Someone got super rich.
That could be the sequel. Somebody even more evil
More
and comes up to
more vertical
to
than
seek revenge on his father's death or something like that.
yeah, Chris
Chris O'Donnell.
You guys got losers? There's a lot of losers in these.
Wick's wife lost her dexamethasone.
Yeah.
So she lost.
She didn't lose it. She
he
took it.
I know.
Yeah, I know. What
That
you
was
mean,
the
yeah.
story.
You got a loser, Jason?
Let's think here.
Donnie, you got a loser?
What's the what was the black guy's name from Cliffhanger? Where
That,
Oh,
that's
Leon.
my loser right there.
that's who he lost.
Leon.
What is his name? Leon?
Leon?
That's his
Leon,
name in
okay.
real life.
He's got a gun and he gets lifted and impaled onto a stalactite.
He's got that cool knife
That
with
was
the
got-
knuckle
that's gotta be
buster
the
too.
fuck-
Those are
List.
cool knives, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got the knuckle. You can just punch him. Yeah.
You can
He doesn't go
stab
down.
him.
He doesn't go down easy.
No,
I know, right?
But
Yeah.
still, he shouldn't have gone down at all.
Like I said, I wanted the bad guys to win in that situation. I thought their heist was great. I wanted to see that succeed.
I do love a good heist when it gets pulled off.
I love a good heist.
I love when a
yeah.
plan comes together. This is what I'm trying to say. Losers?
You love it when a plane comes together.
Ooh, or comes apart. Ding, 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 ding.
We did losers.
Did I do a loser? And there's a lot of them. I mean, like everybody, there's a lot. There are a lot of losers in this one. You know, probably Frank, the old man, rescue helicopter pilot. I'm pilot.
He had
That
it
was-
coming. No, he didn't.
Because he was smiling when the girl
Smiling.
is
Yeah.
smiling like an SOB.
That's
And what did the
karma.
guy say when he killed him? He's like, I had enough of this or something like that. Just kill him. That's pretty much all
Oh
he did.
yeah,
Yeah.
the soccer guy.
The soccer
Yeah.
I
guy.
was like, that's enough of that.
Yeah, just killed the old dude just to kill him.
Oh, poor guy. He's got fuglies. There's a good amount here.
No, nothing was really fugly to me. Like fuglies are things that are gonna like gross me out and like that. I guess maybe the blood was the worst part.
That's mine.
Yeah.
A bag of blood.
A bag of blood.
There's a bag of blood. yeah.
I expected it to like burst open on the way up and like just fall and rain all over her.
That's probably the fugly spot where,
Yeah.
part where she's actually pushing it up and it's dripping. She's like,
Yes.
it's tearing, and it's dripping on her face. Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody else's blood. Ugh. Yeah, that's bad.
Ugh. Donnie,
Maybe when the
you in on that one too.
guys
No, I
got
don't know,
vaporized.
Yeah, fuglies don't always happen.
Yeah.
There's always a winner. There's always a loser. Fuglies,
I was okay with the bag of blood.
Captain Blood. Man, thanks for coming in, bro.
Yeah, no,
Like,
thanks for inviting us in. And
2 weeks
It
in a
was
row.
fun.
You came in for the goodie bag, left for a week, came back, re-recorded with us. That's amazing dedication.
yeah,
Can you say your info again real quick?
Yeah, sure.
From now on, we're going to be saying it at the end of every episode. So
awesome. That's
but,
great. Yeah, so if you guys ever want to check us out, just you can follow us on social media, Instagram and Facebook at Range Outdoors. And we don't do Twitter or nothing like that yet. So maybe later on down the road when we get a little more, further on with this stuff. But for right now, it's just Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah. Well,
And you can look at our store and see what we got.
that's great. We're going to have a whole page dedicated to you on so go to mgtpodcast.com/sponsors and you're going to be seeing that there. We're going to be running contests. They're going to be giving out, supplying with us with some swag bags to give to you home trees. But anyway, man, thank you for letting us be part of this whole,
Yeah,
the
it was
whole
fun.
thing,
Thanks.
the Range Outdoors brand.
Yeah, great.
You now have 3 huge fans
Well, thanks.
and you'll
That's
have
awesome.
the rest of the forest of home trees.
Yeah.
But that is going to do it for us in the MGT Recording Bunker. We really appreciate you rating, reviewing, and subscribing to the podcast on the Apple Podcast app or wherever you listen. Really, you're listening to it. Just rate us with the 5 stars wherever you are. If you think you know anyone who like our show, tell them about us. Please follow us on Twitter at MGT Podcast or on Instagram and Facebook at More Gooder Than. Email us at moregooderthan@gmail.com. Call the MGT hotline at 661-489-7323 and visit our website, mgtpodcast.com, where you can support us via Patreon, like our great and powerful sponsor, Nan, and Range Outdoors, and the rest of the Sacred Grove. While you're there, you can buy a nice, got lots of stuff there. Bag of blood with our with their logo on it. Just in case you're stuck in a crevasse.
That's something we should look into.
Yeah, I know, yeah. MGD logo designed by Mary Madewell, Home Tree logo designed by Dan Nicholson, and of course, we're proud members of the Podfix Network. Follow us at Podfix on Twitter and podfixnetwork.com. We got to go poop in a bag. It's bye for me, Chris, and Corey.
Later.
And Donnie.
See ya.
And Jason.
Later. Go be free.
Yay!
This was a podcast from the Podfix Network.
You can check out more shows like it at podfixnetwork.com.
Get some.
I have to write in our
Outrigging is like a thing, like a term in climbing or outdoorsing.
Or is
What
that
is
a
it?
boating term?
Outrigging? Yeah.
Rigging.
It's set now.
Rigging. Rigging is for sure. Should we,
It doesn't need to be
it
outrigger.
should have just been Riggas.
Riggas.
It's Riggas is better.
yeah.
Are you guys trying to think of a name for the episode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He came up with Niggas with Altitude, and I loved it, but he hates it.
Yeah, because it's racist.
Chris has a lot of
Yeah.
white shame.
Obviously, we weren't actually going to use that, but Riggas with altitude.
Riggas with Altitude, I think
works,
is tight.
right?
That's
That's funny, yeah.
We will re-record the other part.
Okay, I'm gonna say right now then.
Say Riggas this time. Yeah.
Okay. Whichever. Okay, so you want to say it?
Get some.
Riggas with Altitude.
Yeah.
Okay.